You're listening to Table Talk with your host, Anthony Aubryn, aka Spoken Life, along with a new special guest every other Thursday starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in live on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and more. Let's start the show. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Table Talk. This is episode 7. Can't believe we're already into 7. Feels like we've been doing this for so long already. Just wanted to say thank you for everybody for tuning in so far. Hey Trev, hey Karen. We are broadcasting live right now on Facebook Live, Periscope, and Twitch. So make sure you guys are tuning into the comment section tonight. We have a very awesome guest tonight who I'll be getting to very, very soon. But I do want to give a very small tribute. We did lose somebody very, very dear in the music industry a couple days ago, Mr. Eddie Van Halen. Unfortunately, I did not get to, really study a lot of his work, but I know he was very important to many guitarists and music influencers today. And my heart goes out to his family, his bandmates, fans around the world. He was such a great guitar player. I can go on and on about it. If you haven't heard of Eddie Van Halen, go to YouTube right now. This is the only time that I'll tell you to not watch the show tonight. Watch an Eddie Van Halen video. You will be mind blown. So with that, again, rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. Your music will live on forever. But let's get to our special guest tonight. Tonight we have Aubryn Stevens, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, how was your day?
Busy. I started off with a Periscope broadcast, and then I did a Twitch broadcast, and now I'm here.
Yeah, now we're all here. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Hey, Donna. Hey, Nicole. Trev is in the building, like we said.
Oh, yeah.
So, for anybody that doesn't know Aubryn, why don't you give a little, background about yourself?
Oh, I mean, I'm originally from San Diego, California. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been here for 11 years. I've been basically singing all my life. I started, playing guitar 17 years ago now, I think. I just go by Aubryn on stage. So if you're looking me up, just look up my first name. Don't need my last name.
Just one word.
Just throw it away. It's
one
fine.
Word. It's too much. Just one word.
I feel like it's unique enough,
Oh yeah. I always felt, especially with my name, when I was trying to, do the whole solo thing, I never thought of my name as like a marketable, type of thing. So that's why I came up with Spoken Life. I was thinking like, okay, I need like a stage name because Anthony Aubryn doesn't really ring a bell to people. Like I was thinking Anthony Charles because Charles is my middle name, and I know a lot of people have like the
first name, middle,
or like the first middle, or like sometimes they have like the two first names in there. So
right.
I'm like, I'll just stick with a stage name.
Yeah. Also, hi, Donna. I mean, I feel like my music lately is more kind of, I've been calling it like fairy tale folk, but there's also some like blues and Americana folk influence, and cabaret Americana folk is kind of what I dubbed my first album, at least.
Right. And I
So
felt, especially when I got to know you through, the live streaming, I noticed your folk music is very unique. I've never heard that type of, especially like your songwriting. It's very unique to me. Like, do you want
thank
to
you.
talk more about your songwriting and like the folk title you were talking about?
Yeah, well,
If there's much.
I get a lot of inspiration from just stories in general, but like film and television, literature, books and mythology. I had I wrote a bunch of songs inspired by different episodes of The Twilight Zone. I've been rewriting fairy tales, essentially, where the evil people aren't necessarily the actual evil people. There's a whole lot more to the story because history is told by the winners. So
I assume you're more of like the lyricist than I assume the lyrics come first before music, or does it kind of just both in a way?
It really depends on the song. I mean, I feel like I've always had the melody come first, and then it wasn't until more recent years that I've really flourished with lyrics. So like melody has always been my strongest suit, and then lyrics lately have been finally being like, yeah, I'll work with you. Most of the time.
So yeah, Nashville's been definitely a place that I definitely want to visit. It's been definitely one of those like bucket list things. And how long did you say you've been in Nashville for?
11 years.
11 years. That's amazing. And I've seen with all like the COVID thing, it seems like you're getting some of your shows back. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yep.
That's good. That's good. Is the scene down there kind of coming back to life a little bit?
Yeah, I mean I have a restaurant gig that I've been doing for years on Saturdays, and that's been back for a while.
Good.
Yeah, but bars are finally opening back up too, and so now and then I'll fill in if somebody like calls out or whatever last minute or.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, things around here are still kind of strictly there's the capacities. We're just about getting. I think tomorrow, Philadelphia is opening up to 50% capacity for indoor dining.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
When it comes to gigs, I know some band like actual cover bands and live bands, they're starting to get gigs back again. But I think it's still, a time for us like solo and duo people that are really getting most of the gigs.
Yeah.
So, shows are coming back. People are starting to, get their gigs back, which is a good thing. But as long as we can, continue to try to make them as, safe as possible for everybody, that's
right.
a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, one of the things, I'm sure a lot of people know, but if they don't know, I met you through obviously the live streaming world that we now that everybody's
right.
gotten into the live stream. I feel like there was like a small niche of people that did live streaming, and now everybody knows about live streaming. But have you how long have you been doing the live streaming? I know you're really big on Periscope. So
well. I've really only been doing Periscope for a couple of years now. It's been probably about 2 years that I've like seriously. I've had a Periscope account and I've had a Twitch account for longer than that. But it wasn't really until a couple of years ago where I started doing it more regularly. But I've been doing a weekly web concert where kind of like this, where I have a different guest artist each week.
Right.
Since November of 2012, so about 8 years almost.
Wow, that's
yeah.
great. Yeah,
and then
that's on Wednesday nights, right? So
yeah, Wednesdays.
You had one last night, so
yep.
Make sure if you guys haven't tuned in before, make sure you guys check out her web concerts on Wednesday nights. That's every Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Make sure you guys check that out. She has a new guest, just like we do here every other Thursday. She's doing her thing every Wednesday with a new guest. Make sure you guys check that out as well.
I was supposed to have Ray Herring last night, but she had to cancel because for health reasons. But so I did it by myself last night, and I just put on some Halloween makeup and then did the show by myself. And it was fun.
I saw that. So I assume you're a big Halloween fan.
Oh, so much.
Yeah,
I'm a bit of a
Halloween
closet
fan.
goth. not super in the closet, but I'm not, if you would look at me on the street, you wouldn't necessarily say she's a goth.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I'm a big Halloween fan too. Like that's the my wife is a big Christmas fan. I'm a Christmas fan, but she's like Christmas. Like if she had Christmas every day, she would.
Yeah.
But Halloween is my thing. Like I'm not all big on the scary movies, but I have my movies that I can be like, okay, I can watch this and not act like I'm a little girl.
Yeah. I just like spooky looking things. Like the aesthetic of the spooky aesthetic is just like delicious to me.
Yeah, and I just like the whole like dressing up thing. I was always a fan. Like as a kid, you're like about 2-3 months out, you're like, okay, I got to get my Halloween costume. So,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, for people who are just tuning in, you're watching Table Talk. My guest tonight is Aubryn. And if you guys have any questions for us, specifically for Aubryn or myself or both, make sure you leave them in the comment section. We will be answering them throughout the night. So, Aubryn, why don't we get to our first little music segment? Why don't you start off the night for us? You can play, original, cover. Feel free.
I'll probably mostly play originals, but...
Yeah. What are you going to play for us right now?
I'll play Ransom Note. Since that's the one I just released this song, and I released the lyric video on YouTube, and it's out everywhere.
Yeah, I'll get
pretty much. Hey, look at that!
Make sure you guys check out the new single "Ransom Note" on iTunes and Spotify. And so, why don't you take it away, Aubryn?
Hold on. Could you talk for a second while I make sure that my guitar's in tune?
Yeah, I can try to talk. I'm usually bad at talking, but
well, you got a show called Table Talk. I mean,
I know, and I can't talk. I'm learning. I'm learning, but I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Make sure you guys are active in the comments section. We have a group of people that are a supportive community out here. I just want to say thank you, everybody that are tuning in tonight. And for those of you, just like we do with our live streams, it is never expected, but always appreciative that if you guys want to leave any tips for me and Aubryn tonight, we will be splitting tips. See, I can't talk. Cannot talk right now. Splitting tips tonight.
Splitting tips.
50%. So.
Right down the middle. Hey.
Right, yeah. I'll probably mess up about 20 times. We should drink every time I mess up. We'll be drunk by the time this whole thing ends.
I mean, we both got drinks, so
We do. So cheers to that.
All right, yeah. I'm tuned. So it's about as in tune as it was when I bought it. So, so here's Ransom Note.
All right, here we go.
Turn the key, but I didn't turn the light on, honestly. I didn't want to see the empty room where you'd been just a couple nights before I take a breath. As I try to find the meaning of what you left behind. And what's been taken from me, is it real? I can't feel. When will it all be over? And if you want your heart back, meet me on the dock at 2. Don't worry, dear, no harm will come, I assure you. Come along, leave your phone. Nobody is to know what I really want is you. You had a way of making me feel sane until the day your laughter gave away that you were nervous. You tried to hurt us by telling me it's over. And if you want your heart back, meet me on the dock at 2. Don't worry, dear, no harm will come, I assure you. Come along, leave your phone, nobody is to know. What I really want is you to realize she couldn't love you like I do, and now she'll never have what I can give to you. She tried to come between us, but I put a stop to that. You seem upset. I thought you would be happy, 'cause you came to get your heart back. Met me on the dock at 2. There will never be a true love than what I feel for you. To make sure we'll be together, I know of just one way. 'Cause what I really want is you.
Very nice. I like that one.
Thank you. I had to add a little reverb there. Did you hear it?
I did. Cool. Kind of makes the essence of the song even better.
Yeah. I'm like, I had to add it. I'm just like, I can't.
Reverb?
Yeah. Maybe metal. I don't know.
No.
No.
We haven't met that person yet.
I have not.
We did have a question during the song. Trent. Hey, Trent, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in tonight.
What's going on?
Hi, Aubryn. What is your happiest goth?
My happiest goth? I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not sure, but maybe...
Like a person who's goth that's happy? Or like my happiest goth song? Or...
Let's go off that. Happiest goth song. I wasn't into the goth scene. I was more, into like the emo and all that, like the punk scene. So I wasn't much of a goth person.
I feel like I was a little bit more punk in high school. A little bit emo. Not as much with like the goth music. I did listen to a little bit of Susie and the Banshees, but not that much. I mostly just kind of dressed goth for a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, those were times.
My we'll say my happiest goth song. Let's see. I mean,
yeah, Trent said goth song.
Yes. Okay, got it. Goth song. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think because most of my gothy songs are kind of, maybe Till the Reaper Comes. It sounds happy if you're not listening to the lyrics. Or maybe Number One Fan. They both involve, death and stalkers and stuff like that. But but like if you aren't listening to the lyrics at all, they sound upbeat and happy.
Right.
I guess though Till the Reaper Comes still kind of sounds kind of sinister.
I guess those are the more like unique songs that kind of like they have like a different style of a upbeat, but then when you read the lyrics, like, wow, this has nothing to do with
this is so dark.
And that's why you got to read the lyrics, folks. Even if you can't understand them, you should read them.
Oh, I'll always read the lyrics.
Always. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are just tuning in, you're watching Table Talk. I am your host, Anthony Irvin, aka Spoken Life. Tonight I have my guest, Aubryn, with us from Nashville, Tennessee. She just got done playing her new song, Ransom Notes, and you guys can check that out on iTunes and Spotify, so make sure you support her on that one. It was an awesome song. Now, is that a full acoustic song that's recorded, or is it like a fuller band, or?
It's pretty much acoustic. It's got a little bit of keys on top of it and maybe some like pads and stuff, but it's mostly acoustic. Now,
did you record that yourself, or did you go out and get that recorded?
I mostly recorded, I recorded all of, the guitar and the vocals and everything. And then I sent it over to this guy in Chicago who found me on Patreon. He follows me on Patreon, and he messaged me on Instagram. He's like, hey, I would like to maybe help you with some production on something in the future. I'll give you a really good rate. And I'm like, all right, let's do it, because I looked at his stuff, and his, he seemed legit and like somebody I would want to hang out with, just from his social media. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And it turned out freaking awesome. He added that little bling, bing, bing. And I was just like, oh, I melted. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's always good, because I'm not sure of you, but I always get these random, especially lately on Facebook, I've been getting messages or emails and stuff like, we want to advertise on your page and we'll give you $4,000 a week for it. Like, no.
What?
I guess because I have a verified page.
Oh.
And I guess I get those type of, spammy type of things. And I'm like, no. I mean, yeah, the money would be nice, but I don't want to be like one of these other big celebrity pages that just have, articles and articles and articles just to get people to look at their pages.
Yeah.
Because, the 10% of people that try to look at my stuff now are, pretty dedicated.
Right. I have people emailing me on Instagram, or on my actual email. They want to collaborate on Instagram, and I'm like, have you looked at my page at all? It looks why would you think your product would be something I'd be interested in promoting?
I get them all the time too. I used to have a fitness page, because now that fitness has been not so much of my importance during this quarantine. But then I've turned it into now a fishing page, but then I forgot to really X out a lot of those fitness people, and I still get fitness-esque people saying hey, we want you to take our product, and I'm like, this has nothing to do with fishing though. So,
right. Yeah, no, I have fitness people wanting me to endorse their product. I'm like, I have nothing to do with what?
Right. I mean, it sounds good,
this
but I'm like,
sense.
how is this going to benefit? How is it going to benefit me though?
It's not even close to my style.
Exactly. Thank you, but sorry. I think I'm going to get a little song in here. And since we're talking October and Halloween, you
got a spooky song?
I do kind of have somewhat of a spooky song, but it's, I guess, because my always intention of music is trying to put a positive spin on it. So when I'm thinking, ghosts and everything, I'm always thinking, you always have these things of they're haunting people, they're doing, not necessarily bad things, but it's always in a negative way, they're trying to either hurt you or do this or that. So this song is called Lonely Soul, for the people that do not know. And this is kind of a positive way. I'm like, what if a ghost is just trying to cry out for help? Or, instead of necessarily trying to hurt you, he's just, saying, hey, I need some help, or I need my little way to get home. It's if you have people have haunted houses, instead of them being oh, they're not necessarily trying to get you out of the house. They're oh, well, then maybe they just didn't get to that.
They just need your help.
Exactly. Maybe they just didn't get to that second,
Yeah, they're stuck in limbo.
There you go. So this is that positive ghosty tune that I wrote. So it's called Lonely Soul. Hope I don't mess up the words. Hear your footsteps on the floorboards above. Just like cellophane, you just keep clinging to me. Need my guidance. even the loneliest souls need a finding their way back home. The night air breathes out your silent screams. I'm just trying to find myself out of this dream. You need my guidance, 'cause even the loneliest souls need help finding their way back home. There's a ghost in my presence, and I'm not sure if he's here to send me a sign. I can finally sleep at peace when I've saved a lonely soul. You're still calling and I don't know how to cope with these sleepless nights of wondering why you need my help. Love you're after, I fear you're seeking. The echoes wake me like a storm in the night. I think I've finally had it with your selfish cries. Yeah, I see it now. That you were lost and now you're found. There's a ghost in my presence, and now I'm sure he's found his way back into the light. And I can finally sleep at peace when I've saved a lonely soul. Now I can finally sleep at peace when I've saved a lonely soul. 'Cause even the loneliest souls need help finding their way back home.
Yeah. Woo!
There you go. Thank you.
I like that whole concept.
Thank you. Yeah, I was, that song was actually halfway written when I went into the studio for that. And the producer that I worked with, he actually helped me, structure the song out a little bit. And then we kind of both worked on the lyrics to that. And I knew I wanted it to kind of be about like a ghost type of thing. And, because I was in a type of vibe where it probably wasn't, it was nothing around October or anything, but I had some type of thing, like, I guess in the way I heard like a lot of ghost tunes or some type of lyrics with it. I'm like, well, how can I write this in like a positive way? And that's where I started coming up with like, maybe they're just, crying out for help instead of just being like, oh, I'm trying to scare you out of this house or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really happy with the way it turned out. And, the actual song at the end, when it goes in, it kind of goes into like a big band setting. So the drums come in, bass and everything, it has a little bit of beats and everything. So if you guys want to check it out, it's on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, a lot of the places you can check out music. If you just look up Spoken Life or Lonely Soul, you should be able to check it out right there. Word. Yeah.
Right on.
So I'm trying to get some other things going here, but so Aubryn, what did you start out as a guitar player, or did you have any other instruments that you played before guitar, or what actually got you into music?
Well, I mean, my mom said that I sang before I talked. So voice has always been, I literally told my mom when I was 5, I said, you realize, of course, that I'm going to be famous. Verbatim, 5 years old.
There you
She
go.
said, for what? I said, for singing, of course. But we had a piano in the house. I think it was my grandpa's piano, who I never really knew. But like as soon as I could reach the keys, I started, putting some melodies on the stuff. And she immediately got me into piano lessons. So piano was my first like instrument besides voice. And then
Very nice.
picked up guitar, when I was 15. So
Now, do you have any, influencers like for guitar or piano, or kind of just like what made you pick up a guitar?
Well, my sister kind of had one. Like, I don't know. She had like a little dinky, not a super nice guitar. But I'd been wanting one for a long time because I was already kind of a songwriter. Like I don't even know the first song that I actually wrote because I've just been, writing forever. And just like lyrics and melody and everything, I'd just write it in a notebook or whatever.
Right.
And I don't know, something about like piano never really felt quite like my instrument. And I was working with a producer. When I was 13, my mom took me to Nashville for the first time to do my first demo.
Okay.
And then that producer ended up moving to LA, which was much closer to us. So she would put me up on a train, or she would drive me up, and then eventually she just was like, "Go take the train, and he'll pick you up at the train station." So I would go up there and basically like kind of intern with the producer, and he would teach me how to sing in the studio and coil cables and all that kind of stuff. And so he lent me a guitar on my 15th birthday. And I went home and immediately wrote like 3 or 4 songs.
There you go. Yeah.
And I just like really took to it. It's also been really difficult for me to get better at it. I'm obviously like way better than I was before, but like it's caused me so many tears just because I'm like, I want to be really good at this, and just
It's one of those things that I think probably not even just this person has said. I'm pretty sure almost every guitar player says it's like guitar is something that you can study and get things for the moment, but it takes a lifetime to master and get everything, because once you learn something, then you want to unravel the next thing, because like it's only so much there's so many things you can do within those 24 30 like 23 24 frets, but like I wish I had gotten into music theory when I was younger.
See, I love music theory,
and that's something that I'm just within the last 2 years I've been really trying to get more into that, and it's kind of really made my songwriting level go up that more.
Absolutely.
Because before then I was just kind of going off of like, this sounds good. And I feel like I have a decent ear for like what sounds good, especially if I'm like doing any like picking notes. I know what sounds good, know what doesn't sound good. But I'll be like, if you told me like, oh, what's the key? I'm like, I don't know, it just sounds good to me. The key of good. But,
the key of good.
But music theory, like especially when it just clicks. Like when, especially, and I go back to a lot of the songs that I've written and kind of adapt that. So I'm like, wow, that sounds good, but it just musically didn't sound right.
Right.
So it's like when you start, getting the chords and then, going into like the cage system of everything, and because I've never understood that, and modes. I'm getting into the modes and everything, and it's just like the cage system was just like I knew about it, but I'm like, once like the thing clicked, I'm like, oh, you can take those open chords and they kind of just transpose to going up and down the neck. It's just more of like different ways you can play that same chord. I'm like, I get it. I get it now. And it's like, it's so many, instead of just playing your basic bar chords, your basic open chords, you can just, you slide that down 2 frets. It's a different chord, but the same shape. It's just a different chord. So it's like, it's like a bubble that pops and you're like, wow, why didn't I get that like 10 years ago?
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it takes that long to just, come across the right information that you need and like totally be like, whoa, the heck?
And I feel the same way that you said, like there's been many, nights of like tears, because my dad is a guitar player too. And I remember trying to play catch up to him because like he used to.
I dated a guitarist.
we're one in a few. But he would be, trying to, solo and do chords and everything, and I could barely like have the strength to get a bar chord, and I'd be like, I can't do it. I can't do it like you. He's like, you'll get it. Because what can you do? What can you do with a kid? Like, you'll get it. You'll get it. Like, but I want to play like you. Like,
of course.
But now I'm teaching him stuff.
Hey.
So it's like you hit those plateaus, and you're like, and he's like, "Whoa, where'd you learn that?" And like, ha ha ha, you got to keep on playing,
right? Yeah.
So, you're talking about your parents. Do either your parents play instruments? Like, no.
Nope. My dad taught me chopsticks on the piano.
Hey.
And Peter Piper Pumpkin Eater. I think that was the extent of his. My grandpa and my great grandma, who I never really knew either of them, were the piano players in the family.
Maybe that's where.
My grandpa played boogie woogie piano, and my great grandma played piano for the silent films. So
very nice.
Yeah.
And I remember you were saying that one of your songs actually got some national TV spots. What song was that, and what show?
It's called Run Baby Run, and it was on Stumptown on ABC.
Very nice. I remember you doing a post on that. That's really cool. That's really cool. Any type of promotion we can get, especially like smaller artists, is cool. How we can get and millions of people watch those things. So it's like that one little person that could be like, oh, what's that song? Then that turns into 10, 20, 100, 200, thousands. But just got to be at the right place at the right time, and that's
right. And at the right volume.
Yeah.
That particular one was like in a scene where, they're of course talking over it.
Yeah.
And so it's like really far in the background because it's like in a bar,
Right.
But, if you listen really closely, you can hear it.
Yeah. Like
but it did. It got me.
I can hear it.
Right. It got me on a Spotify playlist with all the other songs,
nice.
From the show. So that got me a few, And the reason that I got that in the first place, like I wasn't really trying for it. It was because I happened to be friends with a TV director, and she just put my song in, and it stuck. She's tried to put a few other ones in, but they haven't really stuck. Gotcha. And that one, it finally went through, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll do this one." And we're like,
"Nice.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right.
And you're gonna pay me for it?
Exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah, I had a little small. Spot for one of my songs. I believe it was either Reality or Remember through my label. It was overseas. Like I think either an Asian producer needed some music, and they used one of my songs, and I haven't got a chance to actually see where it was placed, but it was like probably just one of those small little like 5-second things that it just goes on. I'm like, oh, cool, like overseas,
Right. Hey.
So, again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. You guys are watching Table Talk. I am your host, Anthony Irvin. We are here tonight with my special guest, Aubryn. And make sure you guys are in the chat. And if you guys want to ask any questions to us, it can be specifically for Aubryn. It could be for me. It could be for both of us. We like to definitely keep you guys active. And Aubryn, why don't we continue some music? Why don't we get you to play another song for us?
You got it. Why don't I play? I'm gonna do Number One Fan just because we mentioned it earlier.
There you
go. It's one of my happy sounding goth songs. It's inspired by Stephen King's Misery.
So Trent, you're still watching this. Here's some more goth.
Yes, Matt, I'm playing right now. Here we go. Hush, stay where you are. Oh, it just breaks my heart to see you like this. I can tell you're in pain, but don't fear, I'm here. I'm here. I've watched you from afar, ducked in shadows from the start. Guess I've always been shy. You don't know me at all, but I've known you for so long. so long. And I won't let go till you understand. I can make you more of a man. I'll be your lover, your savior, your number one fan. And if I can't have you, no one can. No one knows you like me. They can't be what you need like I can. Don't look at me that way. I'm not crazy, can't you see? You were made for only me. And I won't let go till you understand. I can make you more of a man. I'll be your lover, your savior, your number one fan. And if I can't have you, no one can hear you. No one knows you're here but me. No one will find you till we're both out of our misery. Don't say you love me, I know it's not true. You'll never know the fear of losing you. And I won't let go till you understand. I can make you more of a man. I'll be your lover, your savior, your mother. I'll be your lover, your savior, your mother. I'll be your lover, your savior, your number one fan. And if I can't have you, no one can.
Very nice. Hey, Mike Alfred.
Mike, what's going on?
How you doing? Trevor says that was all amazing.
Oh my God, it's Joe Rogan.
Trent says you both totally motivate lives. Thank you.
Hey. In what way?
I just saw the comment. Oh my
No,
God,
I know.
Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you, Follows Night over on Twitch. Thank you all for being here. I am broadcasting live from Facebook Live, Periscope, and Twitch tonight. What are we singing? Well, Aubryn just got done singing a song. Aubryn, what was the name of that song again?
Number one fan.
Number one fan.
It's on my first album.
From her first album. I just got done singing one of my tunes, Lonely Soul. I think I'll probably get another one in here in a minute so we can keep this music thing going. So I really appreciate you guys being here. And again, like I mentioned before, make sure you guys, if you have any questions for us tonight, leave it in the comment section for Aubryn, for me, for both of us. We like to keep active in the comment section with you guys. Make sure you guys are having some fun. Hope you guys are having fun tonight. And make sure you guys are sharing this out. And when you guys are sharing this out, make sure you are using the hashtag Table Talk in your posts to get this out to as many people as possible. So, without further ado, let me try to get a song in here. I think I'm going to do another song off of that Reality EP. And you guys can check that out. Oh, my pick is over here. Almost didn't know where it went. Some of you may know this one, but if you don't, this is one more of a personal type song that I've had because, I always usually think of myself as a shy kid. So, but without a guitar, with a guitar, I'm a little bit more outspoken. But usually without a guitar, if I'm just out, you probably won't see me as much of like the the one that's gonna start a conversation. I'm usually the one that's following conversations and stuff. And me as a personal person, I like to usually try to think of others before myself, and that's usually a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing, but I wrote a song about it. I usually like saying that because I'm not sure, Aubryn, if you've heard of the show In Living Color before.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
If you're a comedy fan, it's probably the what was it? In Living Color was probably like the Mad TV of like the era. Like, it's like one of the like. You just have to go and like YouTube a couple of their episodes. But they had this one skit by David Allen Greer. And if anybody knows what I'm about to be talking about in the comment section, leave anything if you kind of know what I'm about to talk about. So David Allen Greer had this made up blues character called Calhoun Tubbs, and he would he was kind of like a person that never made it in the music industry, but he had all these songs, but they were no longer than 13 seconds. And I highly recommend you check it out. It's the funniest thing in the world. I think he did about like 5 different skits of it, and he just trolls people and just comes up with songs on the flash, or he has a song about that specific moment he's in, and he just has a little tagline at the end, and it just kills me every time. But like his little thing, there's like, wrote a song about it, like to hear it, here it goes. So it's one of those things, like, I highly recommend, if anybody's never seen it before, go to YouTube and check out Calhoun Tubbs in Living Color. You will not be disappointed. It's if you need a good laugh, it's pretty funny. Nicole, he was a genius. I wish I had seen David Allen Greer in more of the comedy movies, or just more in the comedy movie scene. But I guess he's kind of just staying low these days. I'm not sure what he really does. I know Jim Carrey's still doing his thing, and a lot of other guys from the show are still kind of doing things here and there, maybe behind the scenes with production too. But that was one of my favorite shows as a kid. But as I digress, this song is called Shell. So break me out from the shell, 'cause I don't think I can do this on my own. Can't control my disquieting thoughts. How does this come from a man with a cheerful heart? I aim to please the world before myself, 'cause I'm scared to death of the outcome, fear of what they'll think of me. Slow down and enjoy life, there's no cause for alarm. Like being at war, a constant battle of frustration on the inside. But is there a method to this madness? And the thoughts they consume my mind. Ooh, I will find my way. Ooh, ooh, the inner me will soon break away. Ooh, I will find my way. Ooh. I aim to please the world for myself. 'Cause I'm scared to death of the outcome. Fear of what they'll think of me. Slow down and enjoy life. There's no cause for alarm. So break me out from the shell. 'Cause I don't think I can do this on my own. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. Thank you.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Thank you. So that song was called Shell.
Right on.
So during that, when I was singing, I was looking at your guitar. I'm like, that's another thing that I've been, kind of eyeing on. I love the decals on that guitar. So, did you personally do that? Or did you have somebody get it made?
No, it's a Luna Henna Oasis. It came like this.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's actually. I think it's etched. Maybe I don't know. It if you touch it, it's smooth.
Okay.
So, actually, Sarah Lightman has the same guitar.
Oh, very nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Shout out to Sarah Lightman.
Yeah.
So, how long have you had that guitar for? Is that your main guitar, or do you have a couple that you usually?
I have a couple. I have a Taylor that was originally just acoustic, and then I bought this. This is the first guitar that I've ever bought with my own money.
Yeah.
My Taylor, my mom bought it for me. When I was probably like 16 or so.
Very nice.
Yeah, so this I've had it for a few years. I'm trying to remember when I got it. But let's see, I was I remember I was doing my first open mic, so it was like probably a good 7 or 8 years ago. Something like that. And yeah, and then the pickup went out on it, and so I got a pickup put in my Taylor. And then finally, years later, I got the pickup fixed.
There you go.
All I needed was a stupid little part. Yeah.
What motivated you to finally get it fixed?
I think something happened with the Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're 2 guitars down, you're like, all right, well, which one am I going to get fixed? So.
Right. Yeah. So
have you always been a solo artist, or have you had like a backing band with you, or have you had a band before, or has it always just been Aubryn?
It's mostly. I mean, I was in a band, so in high school there was a band that had me as a guest singer a couple times. And I would sing like the stuff that their lead singer couldn't reach, like Led Zeppelin or Ozzy Osbourne, stuff like that. And and then I dated a guy, the guitarist that I mentioned earlier, and we started a band called the Firecrackers.
Very nice. I like the name.
Yeah. And then that band kind of screwed me over, and so I left.
That's hard.
They were more into it because of his music more than mine, but also my music wasn't quite what it is now. So I mean, whatever. Past. It's past.
Hey, you wouldn't be where you were today if it didn't happen.
Right. Right. And then I have a few different musicians that I called on, to play full band stuff with me.
Cool.
They're the people that play with me most often. I actually recorded a couple songs with, and that I actually call the band. Whenever I'm playing my original music with a band of people who have been playing with me for a little bit, is Aubryn and the Nightshades.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So I might actually those 2 songs that we recorded, since it is with those guys, I might actually put that out as Aubryn and the Nightshades and not just Aubryn.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Yeah, because I started off with a couple bands that we went, and did our thing, and then it gets to a point where you want to go one way, they want to go another way, and you're like, all right, well, I want to go this way.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, and then I was also in it started out as a duo with me and Kylie, who she goes now by Kylie Connell. And then Byron Rice, who actually popped in earlier. I don't know if he's still watching. But it started out as a duo with me and Kylie, and then Byron joined, and it was a trio. And now it's zero because we have since disbanded. But that was called Black Rose Betty's.
Okay. Very nice.
So, and actually, a lot of the songs that Black Rose Betty's did, I actually ended up recording as me, since I wrote most of the songs.
Gotcha. And going back to your web concerts, it's been, since you said 2008, right?
2012.
2012.
8 years.
Okay,
almost.
So 2012. So what was the inspiration that kind of started that? Because, with Table Talk, I'd like to kind of say the pandemic kind of made it happen in a way, but
Right.
I have a lot of musician friends, just like, I'm pretty sure you do. And we have now, with the live streaming music community, we're all in different parts of the US. And, even friends that I have here, like we usually never get to see each other because we're always either gigging or we're doing something. So, this kind of thing popped in my head. Like, why don't I just do like a live streaming show that,
Right.
Even though we're not like meeting each other in person, we can get this time to actually hang out, talk. Like, it's not something that has to be too, like professional and being like, oh, like, this is all for this, but just kind of, hanging out, chatting, and, your people get to meet mine get to meet yours. So it's kind of like a good thing. So what kind of, started the web concert? Like, what inspired that to start?
Well, actually, my friend Alyssa JC started doing a show, a lot like it, where she would, they would take turns playing songs or whatever, and she'd have a guest on. And I was like, that's a great idea. I'm going to start doing that. And I think she did hers for like a few months, and every now and then she'll like pop up and do another one. But I just kept doing it.
Right.
Because I fell in love with it. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. I can have friends over and we can sing songs and I can like harmonize to them. Up until the pandemic, it was all in person.
Okay.
Yeah. So I always had people, live in person with me that I could just harmonize with on the spot, and they could harmonize and play along with me and everything. And so it's this beautiful collaborative thing and the highlight of my and many other people's weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I've grown to enjoy, because, like I said, I've never been much of a, front man of anything. So I'm like, all right, well, this is also going to help me be able to kind of start a conversation, keep a conversation going. So it's helping me. And, 7 episodes in, it's getting to the point where I'm like, it's, especially since I took about a month off with, my son being born, the episode coming back, I'm like, oh, I just kind of have to get myself back into it, because I was in a role with, my whole, shtick and everything. And then getting back, I'm like, oh, I got to get that mojo back.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah.
I understand that,
But no, I've grown to actually, love doing this. And, like you said, it gets you to, because we've known each other for a good amount of time, but we haven't really got to chat back and forth. So this is also another reason why I do it. I mean, I know a lot of people, but we don't get to actually hang out or have a good hour or two to kind of just, say, hey, how you doing? And talk about our backgrounds, how we started with music. And I always love to hear, how people started with music and what, motivates them, what inspires them and everything. So it's, so then, because you have certain similarities, some people may have some different stories than you. And it's interesting to me to know everybody's musical journey, because we're all in this for the same reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we have time for at least one more each. So, I think I might give you a little request. How about I think you have a song called Civil War.
Nothing civil, yeah.
So I would love for you to play that one.
Absolutely. That's the title track to my first album.
There you go.
And funny story about that.
Nothing civil.
Nothing civil.
There you go.
Yeah. Funny story. When I got my first album printed, I got 1,000 CDs printed without the title track. Obviously not on purpose.
Right.
We had 2 different mastering guys, and the guy who mastered the rest of the album didn't get the memo that there was a title track.
Oh, jeez.
It's called Nothing Civil, but, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, it all ended up working out and everything, but now I have hundreds of CDs without the title track on them. So, but if you buy them on my website, aubrynmusic.com, you will also get a download of the entire album, including the title track. And then I'll send you a hard copy of the limited edition Disaster EP.
I think my second EP has something similar to that, but it's like I have like an intro that I did and an outro, and years after kind of getting it all, because I did the CD production all on my own because I didn't feel like spending $200-$300 odd dollars. Right. So, and this didn't come till about like it came out in 2009. I think years later I was like, hey, let me just take a look at it. I saw the outro didn't even play the whole thing. It cuts off in like the middle of the outro. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then online it was doing the same thing. I'm like, I didn't even know this was happening. Why didn't somebody tell me? Oh, well, nobody was probably listening to it, so it's probably not that bad. But I'm like, I've been giving these probably CDs to people. I'm like, oh, this song just cuts off 2 minutes in. So
yeah.
So
I literally I'm like, oh my gosh, I got my CDs, and I put it in the the card just to hear it, and I was like, this is not the right song. What? Where's the title track?
Hey.
Oh crap! I have 1,000 of these. I was like crying. That was a bad day.
I bet.
That was a bad day. But it worked out. It was fine. Now they're limited edition.
There you go.
And it started the song that it started with was called "Cure My Disaster." So it's my disaster EP now.
There you go. So off the disaster EP.
No, this one's not on the disaster EP.
Well, or the limited edition.
This is on the Nothing Civil EP, because this is the title track that was not on the disaster EP. Oh, crap. Here we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Baby's got a badge of honor right across her pretty cheek. Baby got it from her lover. The drinking made him weak. When he kisses her and leaves his poison lingering upon her lips, it makes her leaving legs go frozen all the way up to her hips. And they'll wake up in the morning with an echoed voice in the wind, begging for mercy as the day brings down. Sorry, as the day brings battle again. 'Cause there ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Broken bottles on the kitchen floor, and fighting and fighting and fighting only makes it worse. 'Cause the talking turns to screaming when their ears are closed. They'll go blind before they'll ever see the truth unfold. And sooner or later, they're gonna need a hearse. 'Cause there ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Ooh, the neighbors hear the china shatter. They don't want to get involved. They don't think it really matters till the police have been called. And they'll wake up in the morning with an echoed voice in the wind. Go about their business, 'cause it's not their battle to end. 'Cause there ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Broken bottles on the kitchen floor, and fighting and fighting and fighting only makes it worse. 'Cause the talking turns to screaming when their ears are closed. They'll go blind before they'll ever see the truth unfold. And sooner or later, they're gonna need us. 'Cause there ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Silence falls like a flag on the ground as they carry her body through that quiet town. 'Cause there ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Broken bottles on the kitchen floor, fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. 'Cause they're talking turns to screaming when their ears are closed. They're blind before they'll ever see the truth unfold. And sooner or later, they're gonna need us. 'Cause there ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Ain't nothing civil about a civil war. Ain't nothing civil about a civil war.
Woo! Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always enjoy that one when you play it.
Oh, thanks. It's won me a couple of songwriting awards.
Very nice. Very nice. Which awards would they actually be that you've won that for?
Well, let's see. The San Diego County Fair. I was in a competition there, a singer-songwriter competition, and that was one of the songs. That and For Good. And then also I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's like San Diego Songwriter Association or something like that. That one won first place, and then Lady About Town won second place. And then it also got me in 2015 as a finalist for the New Folk competition at the Kerrville Folk Festival. And then the USA Songwriting Awards, I believe it won, I think, or at least got into the finals in the World, maybe Americana. I don't know, remember, but one of those. It's on my website.
There you go. Yeah, if anybody wants to, make sure you're checking out Aubryn. Follow her on social media at aubrynmusic, and you can go to our official website at aubrynmusic.com. And you can also support her on Patreon by going to patreon.com/aubrynmusic. So make sure you guys do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure, there's some awesome extra content you can get from Aubryn over on Patreon.
Oh, for sure.
So I think I'm going to get one more song in here. I'm going to do my newest single that I released actually before the pandemic hit back in January. And this is one of my first ones that I've actually started doing my looping system. So, is anybody looping? Woo! I know you've done a little bit of looping in your streams too.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Oh yeah, and Trevor's right. My birthday's on Sunday.
Oh well, happy early birthday!
And his birthday is on Saturday.
There you go. Happy early birthday to everybody. All right, so I'm going to play this song, and if you guys haven't heard it before, this song is called Tonight. You can check it out on iTunes, Spotify, and over on my website at spokenlifemusic.com. So here we go, and thank you all for tuning in tonight. Again, you guys are watching Table Talk with your host, Anthony Irvin, and you are also watching with my special guest tonight, Aubryn Stevens. All right, so this song is called Tonight, guys. here for you tonight. It's perfect time for you and I. You are the one for me, I can see. And is this a dream or is it reality? This is all I need, just you and me. You ask me why, I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. I always knew that we were meant to be. I never had to live life alone. You are the one for me, I can see. This is all I need, just you and me. You ask me why, I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town and take a ride. And I don't wanna sleep at night. I never wanna sleep at night. No, I just wanna be with you tonight. I don't wanna be alone tonight. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. The thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. I just wanna be with you tonight. The two of us right here, yeah, it's alright. Thought of you just keeps me up at night. So let's hit the town, take a ride. Thank you guys.
Looping is so fun.
I know. I've grown to love it.
See, that's I wanna get my guitar chops up. I've been I've been practicing on Musician like daily. Have you heard of that app?
Musician?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like what was that? It's like a sing along.
It's kind of like Guitar Hero, but with an actual instrument.
Were you on it on Twitch like a couple days ago? Okay, I kind of was like, you know, seeing
every now
a little
and then
bit
I'll
of that.
broadcast my practice on Twitch.
It seems a little fun. It seems fun.
It is.
I'll have to.
It turns guitar practice into a game. Hey, Jared.
Hey, Jared. Hey,
be careful. Don't text and drive.
Don't text and drive, but you can certainly listen to music and drive.
Yeah. Oh, people do it all the time.
Oh yeah.
When they have a radio in cars.
But there was something else I wanted to bring up, but it totally just went right out of my head. I'll get it to it I'll get it to it right after we get off. You know.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, okay, we gotta go back on.
I meant to. Oops. Jairus, you distracted him. It's your fault.
Hey, it's all Jairus. We'll blame it on Jairus. He's late to the show. We'll blame it on him.
I know.
But yes, other than that, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. This is another episode of Table Talk with your host, Anthony Irvin. And I want to say thank you very much to my guest tonight, Aubryn. Thank you for being here. Hope we can do this again.
Yeah.
And thank you all for being here. It was such an awesome night. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And I will be letting you guys know soon who my next guest will be. And if you guys haven't, make sure you guys are following me on social media at Spoken Like Music on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, Instagram, all those lovely social medias that we have available today.
Do the thing.
And make sure you guys follow Aubryn too, as well. All her social medias, I think she's mostly on the same ones as me, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, all at Aubryn Music. Mm-hmm. And go check out, go check out her single Ransom Note. And if you guys have the extra quiche, make sure you go check out her and support her on Patreon.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. This has been Table Talk. So thank you guys. I will see you on the next episode. Have a great rest of the night, guys. Thank you.